So for this use case, what I'm looking to do is monitor how my brand is getting talked about on the web, understand the content and sentiment of those online conversations, and then use those to automatically generate a plan for marketing responses that I can evaluate and act on. So I've got kind of a rough idea about how to do this, but let's see whether Craft can help me flesh that out and implement it. So I'm going to start off by telling my system that I need some new agents. First, I want a sentiment analyzer that classifies user comments as positive or negative. And then I also want an agent that creates a marketing campaign response plan based on a negative sentiment. So let's see how the system deals with my request for new agents here. Okay, so it's going to start off by creating my first agent, the sentiment analyzer agent. What's happening here in the background is that the system is generating custom code for this agent. I can actually inspect this code here. The system will test and verify this code, and if it's satisfied, it will save the agent to the system so I can reuse it in the future. Looks like it's satisfied. Now it's asking to create my next agent, the marketing campaign response plan generator. I'm going to ask it to go ahead. And now the agent creation process begins again. Once again, the system is going to create task-specific code for this agent. In this case, it'll include all the logic to interpret user input, form a marketing strategy, produce a response plan. The system will again test and validate the code. If it's satisfied, the agent will be persisted to the system and can be reusable in the future. All right, now that that's done, over here in my agent registry, I can actually see both of these newly created agents listed alongside the pre-existing system agents. So here's our new sentiment analyzer and marketing response plan generator created by me. And the platform is going to treat all these equally, whether they're pre-created by emergence or created dynamically by me during a session. I can now reuse any of these in combination in future workflows. So let's actually give that a try. I'm going to give it a more complex instruction here. I'm going to ask it to look for user sentiment about Pfizer in recent news using Reddit and online search. I'm going to tell it to analyze both positive and negative sentiment. And I'm going to ask it to create a marketing response plan and publish it to a Confluence page. Finally, I'm going to ask it, when you're done, send the link and summary to the Slack channel preview demo test. All right. So this is actually a more complex multi-agent workflow that involves some pre-existing agents plus the newly created agents. Let's see how this plays out. First, the system is going to call its existing Reddit connector and online search agents to collect mentions of Pfizer. It's then going to call the newly created sentiment analyzer agent to analyze the sentiment of those previous searches. Now it's calling the newly created marketing response plan agent to create that marketing response plan. Now it's calling its existing Confluence API connector agent to create a Confluence page with that marketing response plan. And finally, it's calling its existing Slack connector agent to send the Confluence page link and the summary to Slack. So the system executed that multi-agent workflow end-to-end. It searched, analyzed the sentiment, created marketing recommendations, published the Confluence page, sent the Slack message. Let's just view that here. So I'll go to here's our Slack message when it's done. Let's go to that link here. Okay, here is the marketing response plan. This looks pretty good. Okay, now let me go back to the chat here. So I could have viewed the Confluence page from here as well. I'm going to ask the system now to craft an agent from this conversation. So this is really useful. Any ad hoc workflow here can also be stored and reused later. So what the system is going to do here is it's going to take this whole workflow that it just did, right, consisting of the pre-existing agents and the new agents, and it's going to extract a reusable flow from this. Okay, so here's the reusable flow that it has extracted. So this is actually so useful that the system has a special button that I could have used just to do this. I can craft an agent from any conversation. And it's now asking whether I want to save this workflow, this whole workflow, as its own agent. So I'm going to say yes. Okay, it tells me the workflow has been saved successfully as a new agent named Pfizer Sentiment Analysis. Let's just take a look at that in the agent registry. Now I have this new workflow agent that I can use in the future. I can call it on demand. I can schedule it. Let me actually schedule that now. Maybe I want to do that every week. I want to search for mentions of Pfizer, analyze the negative ones, and create a marketing plan. So I'm going to schedule this here. I'm going to do that every Friday at 5 p.m. And I'm going to do that every week. And I'm going to select to be notified by email. So now this workflow has been scheduled and is on my schedule and will run every week at 5 p.m.